let's see. Am I live? Okay. Is this working? Can you hear me? Are people there? Hello. Hello. Everything changed in YouTube since the last time that I used it, so that's fun. Alright. I'm gonna close this Twitter window and wait to see if people can hear me. And then I will start doing the Q&A. Tarot shit. Ooh, fix my hair. I'm very bright. Okay, cool. People can hear me. Oh, this is wild. Huh. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Can you hear me twice? Tell me if you can hear me twice. This is new to me. Yeah, the last time I did it, it just let you broadcast like straight from my webcam. And this time it made me go through OBS. So apparently I could stream games through this service, which is very cool to know in the future. I'm completely not prepared for it this time. But yeah. Here we are. Cool. Okay. It's been a minute. I'm just gonna keep fixing my hair. It's impossible not to. All right. Let me turn on some background jams here, so I don't feel like I'm talking into complete void. So hi. This is the live stream that I do. It's supposed to be monthly, but life happens, as you probably know or are familiar with. Oh, you can see my cat in the background. No, wait, this way. This way. Okay, I mirrored. So what I'm gonna do is some individual single card tarot readings, which if you are interested in getting one, I've got about an hour, so I'm gonna go through them fairly quickly. But you can throw them down in the comments on the Patreon post for the April Q&A. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what people basically do is you leave a name, a very brief description of the problem that you're having or the thing that you're thinking about or concerned about, and I will draw you a card. Also, you leave a number between 1 and 78 because that's the only way, since I can't have anyone else cut the deck because they're not here. I count to that number and then split the deck there and draw that card, which is as close as I can get to having someone actually shuffle the cards in front of me. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I can turn down the brightness on my camera. I don't know how to do this. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't look quite as blown out now. Great. I don't know how to close that window, so it'll just stay open forever. Okay, cool. I love not knowing how to do streaming or any other kind of video processes. It is very cool that I can do YouTube Live through with OBS, though, because that means that, yeah, I can stream games or whatever in the future, so that's fun. Okay, so I am going to start with Miranda Dressler, who left a comment, and Miranda also is an amazing illustrator and enamel pin designer. You can find her on Instagram at Miranda Wright. That's R-I-G-H-T, which is very clever. Yeah. Anyway, so she asked for a card about freelance life, so I'm gonna do that thing. Okay. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, All right. Let me open up my app just on the off chance that I don't know what the card that comes up means, which happens pretty frequently. Okay, so Miranda's card. Also, this week, I should tell you, the last time that we did it, I did the Halloween deck of cards, and this time I'm using the Pagan Cats. You can kind of see they're very cool. They're all cat illustrations. Whew. Kitties and such. Cohen got this for me, and I love them very much. Very, very much. So, the card that I'm pulling up, and I'm not going to do these reversed today because reversed cards are a whole complicated situation. But we got the Three of Cups, which is a fantastic and is one of my favorite cards. I have to do that to keep the glare from the window off of it. But the Three of Cups, so cups are about relationships. They are the water sign and, or not sign, but you know what I mean. They're well, I guess they are. Yeah, water makes sense. So they're about relationships, interpersonal dynamics. They can be couples, they can be work group situations, friendships, anything that has to do with, dealing with other people in an emotional sense, especially. Yeah, they're also an emotional card. So the Three of Cups is one that I'm actually using in the second Spell on Wheels book, which is very exciting. Because it is about communion. It is a positive card. It's a group dynamic. So let me read what it says down here, and I can give you a more specific description. So yeah, friendship, community, and happiness. So it's basically a warm and lively gathering of friends. So if you're talking about freelance life, I would say maybe, especially if you're a person like me who spends a lot of time inside the house working by themselves, get out there, do a work party, get together with some people and maybe get out of your sort of work routine. It's definitely gonna help. Stuff like that always helps kickstart my creative juices. But yeah, definitely a very, very positive card. So there you go, Miranda. I'm also going to be playing some Lizzo probably. I just let the Dirty Computer playlist run on Spotify and it just keeps playing things related to Dirty Computer. And yeah, feel free also if you're in the YouTube chat or on the live streams channel in the Discord, feel free to ask other questions that I can answer while I'm doing tarot stuff. I just find people don't really... Q&A is a weird thing. It puts a lot of pressure on it, and it's not anonymous, but I didn't want to open an anonymous questions box because that never leads to good things when you're like a woman on the internet. So anyway, here we are. Okay, so the next person is Siobhan. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I've known some Siobhans spelled that way, so if I'm not, my apologies. But Siobhan wants to know about going back to college. So I'm going to draw a card for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Ooh. So this is actually a really special card for me. This is the King of Cups, as you can see here. Again, cups being an emotional, a water card. But also anything that is a court card. So let me find if I have a better way to cover these things when they come up. Just tilt it. No, there. It's so bright in here. Anyway, so it's a court card can be a person, so it doesn't necessarily represent a relationship or something like that. It can be someone that you have a relationship with, someone who is a strong presence. And the King of Cups usually represents someone who is emotionally stable, someone who's can handle their shit interpersonally. So that can either be you or someone in your life. Now, if you're talking about going back to college, being that the question, I'm trying to see how that would relate. Let me look up the thing because I feel like I know, but I always doubt myself. This is also Cohen's card because in the Halloween deck, it is the King of Ghosts. And Cohen is the King of Ghosts, or has been on Twitter many, many times. So it's also their phone lock screen, this particular card. So yeah, it's compassion, control, balance. It says a man, but no. Whose greatest quality is his ability to control, balance, and master his emotions. He's not empty of feelings, but rather full of them, but he understands them. So someone who is compassionate, generous, things like that. So if you're talking about going back to college, I think this is about, you know, are you in that space? Are you in that place of readiness? Are you prepared to do something like that? And if you are, I would say go for it, because if you feel like you identify with this character, if you feel like you're in a place where you're ready to take on a bigger commitment, then you should do it, because it's the top of the suit, the top of relationships. You know, either that or the possibility that if you do go back to college, someone like this is going to come into your life. So, you know, yeah, college is fun. Just don't go into debt. Or that's a terrible piece of advice, everyone, the debt. Don't go into too much debt for something you're not interested in. Don't go back to college just to go back to college. That's just my personal advice. Do it if it's for something you want to learn and, you know, get better at, or if you need the degree for a particular field. But don't do it just to do it. It's such a money suck. Anyway, okay, so we'll move on to Laurel now. I really love doing this. I hope y'all enjoy hanging out. Sorry, thank you for coming along as I moved up the stream. I had a very surprise meeting at 3:30 that I have to get ready for, so we're here now. So Laurel is asking about dating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so this one, ooh, another court card. This is the Queen of Wands. So if you can see here, she's a very regal kitty in a field of sunflowers. The Queen of Wands is a very, I would say, giving and peaceful and what's the word? I don't want to use fertile, but, you know, someone who, like the Empress, that kind of a card. So the wands are the fire suit. Which is passion, desire, and will. So a lot of the times this can be passion about projects, it can be passion about relationships, basically ambition, enthusiasm, all those kinds of things. And she's a maternal figure, I think, a little bit. You could say that, because she's got this little kitty here, but she's got her wand. She's very... Any queen or king is someone who is it's either representing you or someone in your life, generally. Someone who's in control of their shit, on top of their game. So the Queen of Wands here is courage, determination, and joy, as we're saying that. So it's, a feminine aspect, which is fiery, determined, and strong. So she's a natural leader. She's got courage in the face of adversity. Again, on top of her shit. So if you're talking about dating, I would say that's either you or perhaps someone that you're interested in. If it is someone that you're interested in, you think like, oh shit, yeah, that is, you know, my somebody, then like this says it's probably worth pursuing. And if it's more like you're just dating around, then I think this card reminds you to, I mean, not just be compassionate, but also like, you know, look at her. She's on her throne. She knows what's up. She's in control of her situation. Is to, like, you know, take time to yourself. Make sure you're putting yourself first, even if you're, you know, you want to be kind and giving, but you also want to have self-respect and all that kind of stuff. That's the courage. That's the determination. So that's my advice on that topic. And I might be totally wrong. Tarot doesn't work for everybody. Doesn't apply to every situation. And if you don't believe in it, that's cool. All right. So someone had a question. Oh yeah, my AC's going to turn on now and again, because if I turn it off, I'll die. It's Southern California. So what's the next thing in my life I'm looking forward to? Well, it's Cohen's birthday this weekend, so that's very exciting. They are turning 31, and we're going to have a little party. We're going to have a nice time. I bought a whole bunch of photo booth equipment, or like photo setup equipment, that I'm excited to play with, because that's not something I've really done since college, and I've been kind of getting back into it a bit at a time. So I'm going to try taking a lot of fun photos of my friends and things like that, more studio photography style. I have remote flashes and things like that. So yeah, and I have a lot of projects kind of out there in the ether that are, I don't know if they're going to happen or not. We'll see. We'll see. So that's that answer. Okay, Rachel is asking about navigating polyamory. Oof, I know that feel. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. It was 57. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so in this card, this is fucking wild. Okay, so this is another court card. This is the King of Pentacles. So again, someone in control of their suit. Now the pentacles are, I'm gonna try and hold that up again so you can see it. There you go. So you can see he is a very regal looking kitty who is chilling the fuck out on his little stone tablet of bowls, which is probably for Taurus, probably very grounded energy, also very appropriate right now. I think we're in Taurus season. So pentacles are earthly, material things, possessions, wealth, monetary situations. So strange for navigating polyamory, but these can also, you know, mean a number of different things. So let's look this up here. King of Pentacles. So it's abundance, power, and security. Those things can all be related. So it says the fruits of worldly ambition have brought financial success, a sense of abundance, stability, and security. The King of Pentacles is a fatherly figure that provides all those things and is also someone that is happy to share all that he has accumulated. Now that's polyamory. Yeah, it's wild. So this, again, can either be a figure in your life or something to represent yourself. I don't really know how to specifically apply it to that situation, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna have a great day just pulling all these court cards. It's wild. Even though I'm reading them for you, you know, I'm pulling them over here, so it's neat. So yeah, I think, you know, again, it's abundance and power. Those are the cards that come up for that situation. I'm just going to kind of leave that with you and see how you feel about it, because I don't know your situation. Maybe it represents someone in your polyamory situation. If it's your primary partner, if it's someone else you're interested in. Yeah. Anyway. Sharing all you've accumulated feels right. All right. So Megan, oh, you picked a low number. Thank you, Megan. Counting all the way through them takes a minute. So Megan asked about female friendship. If I pull another court card, I'm just gonna laugh. 4, 5, 6. It's a knight. This is so funny. I mean, the 3 of Cups is the only number that I picked. Every other one has been court cards. That's so funny. So, oh, and you're welcome, Rachel. I'm glad it made sense for you. So we have the Knight of Cups. So here you can see it is that old parable of riding the turtle to get across the water. Or the tortoise, I suppose. That's not a turtle. But a knight, again, court cards. Also, Rachel, don't worry about it. So it usually represents a person. Now, a knight is generally someone who, I like to think of it as them being a teenager in spirit. They're not necessarily young, but, you know, the page of whatever suit is usually a childlike spirit. It's the beginning of something. It's creating energy. It's early on. It's naivety. It's innocence in a way, you know, that's leading into something. Whereas the knight is sort of, can sometimes be reckless, can be bold. They don't have the wisdom and experience of a king or a queen. But they can also be very powerful, you know. So a Knight of Cups, again, cups being relationships and water. Let's look that up. So, ooh, romance and adventure. So your female friendships might be more than female friendships. Who knows? Most of mine are. So it says it represents a man, again, take it with a grain of salt, who's in touch with his emotions and intuition and is able to channel them into action. It can signal an arrival or an invitation into something that will be the cause of celebration. So that could also represent female friendship. This could be someone in your life who is a catalyst, I think. A catalyst is a good word for a knight. So definitely someone who's intuitive and emotional. But yeah, that's maybe the kind of influence that you need in your life. Yeah, someone who's gonna inspire you to do things and challenge you to do things, and yeah, so there you go. Okay, let's shuffle and see who's next. Okay, Nikki is next. I gotta scroll up here on the page. And also thank you everyone for coming out and checking this out. I think next time I'm gonna try and start doing streaming. I'm doing a lot of things right now. I start a lot of projects, so we'll see. And I've been drawing those little Cohen and I comics a lot. There's so many of those to come. I have like 7. Anyway, okay, so the next one is Nikki, who's asking about new projects. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. And the Fool. So we did not get a court card this time. We got a Major Arcana. So the Fool we can see here, always on the edge of a cliff, no matter what deck, usually in that situation. I love these kitties so much. He's one that I don't pull super often, so I'm actually going to look that up, because he's the beginning and also kind of the end of the Major Arcana, since he's the 0 card. So yeah, Innocence, New Beginnings, Free Spirits. So when you're talking about new projects, the Fool is actually, strangely enough, very, fortuitous and accurate. So yeah, it's the first card in the Major Arcana. So, oh, and Cindy, no, this is not yours. There's 2 and then you. This is for Nikki. So again, it says here the Major Arcana tells the story of an individual's path towards completion, and being the first card, the Fool therefore is a blank slate, a representation of purity and innocence, of a child that knows nothing of the world. So new journeys are signaled here, and the Fool is full of exuberance and energy. He doesn't know the dangers that can beset him during his travels, and thus he stumbles forwards with complete optimism, never suspecting that he may be walking on a thin tightrope. And in this situation, that's, I think, why he's often depicted to be on the edge of a cliff. But yeah, it definitely means that when you're talking about new projects, that you're in the right space for it. But I think it's also kind of a warning to be aware of your situation, not jump in head first without some kind of a backup plan, or even if you don't necessarily have one, an idea of what you might do if things went south. Maybe a piece of advice to plan, to prepare, those kinds of things. Yeah, but it also does not at all discourage new projects. It's just, look before you leave kind of thing, a little bit. So we will shuffle again. And again, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. Chat, talk, whatever. Oh, I have the instructional card is in here. I would love if I pulled that one. So next is Melody, who is asking about a difficult conversation with family. And Melody only picked 2, which is very low. The Ace. So we're getting a lot of cups today, which makes sense. A lot of relationship questions. So this is the Ace of Cups. As you can see here, in almost every set, The ace is depicted similarly as a large goblet. So where the Fool is the beginning of the major arcana, the ace of any suit is the beginning of that suit, the beginning of a journey. And major arcana depict major points in your life, major steps, major situations, big changes, things like that, major influences, people in your life. And the minor arcana are more day to day. So, but yeah, the beginning of something. So, as far as I can remember, the Ace of Chalices, what's this Ace of Chalices, Ace of Cups, is often like new relationships, beginnings of things like that. But let me grab the official description. New love, overflowing feelings. So if you're talking about a difficult conversation with family, this card is a good omen. That most aces are. They're the beginnings of good situations. So, there's the possibility that you're talking about something new in your life, a new person, a new identity, any kind of relationship, work relationship, friendship situation, that, maybe is something your family's not going to be into. And I would go so far as to say that in this situation, the card is telling you that it's worth it. That person, that situation is worth it. But it can also, it says it in new beginnings, and since it does have to do with relationships, this can also mean that after the difficult conversation with your family, you might be able to have a new beginning, a new relationship, a new way of relating to each other. So it could kick off, if you're in a bad situation with your family, that could mean you're kicking off a better one. And that's nice. I love aces. They're always like, yeah, something new is going to start. Something new is about to happen. It's good energy. I've turned into such a hippie since I moved to California. But yeah, so there you go. Melody, hope everything goes well. And thank you for asking. So I'm going to refresh this page and make sure I haven't gotten any new questions since I've been here. Oh yeah, there's a few. Oh wow, okay. We'll see if we get to everybody. I will do my best. So, Shannon here is asking a current relationship question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another ace. I'm not doing this on purpose. It's completely random. But a lot of very important cards today, which makes sense when you're asking important questions. So this is the first sword that we've pulled this time. I'm going to show it to you here. See this kitty looking really badass with a big old sword and a crown. So again, beginnings. Now swords, not a relationship card. They are the air card. They are the card of mental things is the way to describe it. Non-physical things. Projects, ideas. What's the official way to describe it? Because I always mess it up. Logic, ideas, and intellect. Okay, yeah, those are better words for mental stuff. So the Ace of Swords is about victory. You can see him here. He's looking very victorious. He's got his crown. He's like, look at my big ass sword. Look at everything I can do. He or she, they. So it basically says there's the potential here, since it is the ace, since it is a beginning, for immense power and success. So Shannon, you're asking about your relationship. This could mean this could be really badass. This could be, yeah, it says it's okay. But it says, remember the sword is double-edged depending on who wields it. Its power can be used to shelter and protect, or to mercilessly strike down for cold and ruthless self-gain. So I would say if you're looking at your current relationship, it's probably time to examine which of those things it is. Is this someone who shelters and protects you, who, holds you down, who makes you feel better, like a better person, like a stronger person? Or is it someone who uses that kind of power to neg you, to bring you down, to you know, do all that kind of stuff. And then going with that, it's like, tarot reminds me a lot of when you do a coin toss to make a decision, where it's like, you throw the coin, you're asking a decision, you know, you're going to pick whether it's heads or tails. And then when you get it, your instinctual reaction is the actual answer. So if you know, get heads and you realize, oh, fuck, I wanted tails, you know, that's your answer right there. So that's what tarot is like for me. Because if you get a reading and you're like, well, that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel like me, that's not the choice I actually wanted to make, then there you go. Now you know. And I feel like it's really useful in that way. So anyway, that's my vague response, Cindy. Or no, that's not Cindy. That was Shannon. Going on to you, Cindy. Move along. All right. So, Cindy, you are asking about your next big project. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could do this as ASMR probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right, Cindy. Another 3. You have got a card that is outside of the court cards or aces. So right here we have the 3 of Wands. I love this cat, and I love this card. It's very nice. So Wands, again, will, passion, ambition, sort of any of that kind of like fiery drive inside of you. So we're talking about your next big project. So let's go down to the 3 of Wands. So yeah, it says looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. As you can see, again, this cat looking ahead to the horizon, to the next thing the cat can see, sort of ships in the distance. It's someone that is preparing. So if you're talking about your next big project, it's something that you're ready for, I would say. And maybe it's something you've been waiting for a while. But it says it represents the transformation of dreams into concrete plans and preparation for action. It reminds you to look ahead to any obstacles that are in your path and, prepare for those things. You said, you're staying here, you're 46, you probably can handle your shit. I find the older I get, the more prepared I am for just random things to happen. It says, it's something you remain dedicated to your pursuit and ready to traverse your boundaries. So, I know this deck is very, very cute. So basically, it's not telling you too much about what your next big project's going to be. Maybe it's something that you already know, but it is telling you that you're ready for it. And when it comes, you're going to be prepared. It's something that you've been waiting for. And yeah, so there you go. That's that card. Thank you, Cindy. All right, I'm going to do the rest of the ones that are loaded on my page, so that's down to Lewis. If I miss you, then I will get to you next time. So, the next one we have is Juliet, who's asking about a friend betrayal. Dramatic. Which, maybe it's actually very tragic, and I'm sorry if I made a joke. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have Justice. Oh my god, what an appropriate card for a betrayal. So I love this one. It's a Sphinx kitty. I love Sphinx kitties. My friends have an absolutely perfect one named Sneep Snoop. You've maybe seen me post pictures of his glory. So again, Major Arcana, Justice, I think is one of, let me find it here, Justice, one of the last cards. No, wait, he's halfway down. Yeah, he's in the middle. So Justice is cause and effect, clarity, and truth. So Justice is the fairness, truth, and the exercise of the law, and this is a card of karmic retribution. What you get is a direct result of your actions. So I would say if your friend betrayed you, this is a pretty clear indication that they're going to get what's coming to them. So I wouldn't worry too much, maybe. Yeah. Yikes. Good card, though. But, you know, things will even out in the end. Justice is fairness and Libra and balance and all those things. So hopefully the drama will settle down and justice will be served. Okay, so also, yeah, for anyone out there talking themselves out of buying another tarot deck, I wish I had your self-restraint. I have probably 8 decks now. I just love them. They're so beautiful. Okay, so Megan is asking about being at a standstill in life, something I know, I think a lot of us can relate to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we've pulled the 2 of Wands. So we got the Ace of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands here today. All kind of low numbers early on in the situations. Here's a cat who, like the 3 of Wands, is also looking forward in preparation. Again, Wands being, ideas, intellect, logic, and things like that. So when you're talking about being at a standstill in life, it really makes sense. This cat is, again, on the ramparts, is that what you would call it? Waiting and looking forward. So I'm going to look that up and see what the advice on that front is. Planning, making plans, and discovery. Yeah, so it says the transformation of vision and ambition into planning and progress, starting to move into a way forward. And it also, okay, so the pentacles here at the bottom represent the material goods that you have that you need to start the next thing that you're going to be doing. It means you already have it. So the pentacles are like money, resources, things like that. It means you already have it. You're looking ahead. Maybe you just, need to turn those plans into something real. Need to kind of kick yourself in the ass and get the thing done and move forward. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's something we all have to do every once in a while. So, if you're talking at being in a standstill, this card is telling you have what you need to move forwards, whether, that is actual money, things like that, or whether that's just your own internal preparedness. You can make this happen. You just got to get out there and do it. Don't jump off the ramparts, though. Go down safely. So that was Megan. Thank you, Megan. Now, I hope I don't mispronounce your name. Takru, you can tell me you're in the chat right now, and I will pronounce it correctly the next time. But so you're asking about coming out as non-binary. Oh my God, scary big thing. So you asked for 64. So I'm just going to go back from 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or wait, 14. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Tukru? Did I do that right? Anyway, okay. Okay, so we're gonna pull this card. The Magician. I like this card. So let's look up what that one means. Now this is a major arcana card, which makes sense if you're talking about coming out. Of course, that's a major life event. Let's look at our little fella right here. He's got both the wand and the cup. A lot of the times the aces will have, multiple suits represented in their card. This one is talking about both intellect and relationships. So let's go with the Magician. Where are we in the deck here? He's pretty early on. Yeah, he's the second card. He's card number 1. So it's about willpower, desire, creation, and manifestation. So the Magician is the representation of pure willpower. She takes all that is available to her and molds and transforms it to her desires. With her hand pointed to the ground and her wand pointing to the sky, she is the manifestation of the ancient phrase, as above, so below, which I love. Meaning, wow, okay, so it's about magic. So if you want to really read into it, and I like to look at symbology, since she is pointing to both the sky and the earth, that's two things. That's not binary. She's manifesting her will. Oh, never mind. She has all of the suits here. She has the sword down here, the dagger, and or the athame, and then she's got a little pentacle plate right there, so she's got all of them. The cups and the wands are just more present. So yeah, manifestation and bringing, things into the world, and it's about desire and willpower. So I would say, look internally. I can never tell someone whether coming out or not is the right thing for them. But it's a magician. It's magic. And I truly believe that trans and non-binary people are magic in a non-condescending way. I just love them, and my life is so full of them. So yeah, take that as you will. Magic. It's also the first step, early on in the step of a journey. It's not the Fool. It's number 1. So it's the first step in a big journey in your life. So there you go. I love non-binary people. So then we are going to go to Jessica's. And I hope that answered your question a little bit. So Jessica is asking about navigating life after ending a long-term relationship. It's never easy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do we have? 44. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. The Ace of Cups again. So you're talking about navigating life after ending a long-term relationship. I mean, new beginnings. That one's pretty straightforward. Your kitty down here, she's recuperating, but she's also prepared. Ending a long-term relationship, obviously, a huge hard thing, but this definitely means to me that you're not in a place of struggle, that you're ready for new things, ready for new endeavors, new relationships even. But it's definitely a positive card, and the second time it's come up today, so it's, just good energy. So, it's, here, let me bring up the description again. I know I already said it, so I should remember, but I have ADD so bad. It's not a joke, I really do. So yeah, it's new love, overflowing feelings, and creativity. So it's new beginnings. It's a feeling of emotional fulfillment. So maybe that's not even necessarily a new romantic relationship. Maybe ending a relationship is giving you time to really cultivate a new friendship, or a relationship with a family member or a kid or something like that. And you can find a lot of solace in that and comfort. And so I would say you're in a good place and things are going to be okay. Okay, there you go. So Noelle asked about networking. I am going to pull that one here. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have any, I don't know why you would have questions about, I tweet everything that's happening. But if you have any, I'm going to go after Lewis, after the next number. Because I do have to get ready for this thing. So yeah, throw them in the chat if you do. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Also, you're welcome, Jessica. Okay, so an actual, different numbered card. Here we have the 9 of Chalices. We're pulling a lot of chalices today. Cups, relationships, again, makes sense. So we're talking about networking. This is a good card for that. you're almost at the end of the numbered cards in the Suit of Cups, which is, you know, coming towards the court cards, coming towards the end of that journey. And I know sometimes these are about like parties and groups of people. So let me double check here. What do we got? 9. 9 of Cups. Comfort, emotional stability, and luxury. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You got this kitty surrounded by cups. She's doing pretty well. They're probably all full of cat treats. An environment of luxury and emotional stability where all available comforts await you. Oh, wow. Indulging in the joys that life has to offer you, signaled by this card. Though at times there is a sense of smugness that comes from taking your situation for granted, which, yeah, that makes sense in any situation. But, I mean, you're talking about networking here. This card might be saying, like, you've already got a really good thing going here. You could also take it to say, you know, share the cups around, share the comforts, things like that. That's one that I think you might have to interpret to your situation, because I don't know, you know, what your networking, situation is. But it does represent comfort, luxury, bubble baths, wine, taking it easy, taking a day for yourself, going to the spa, whatever. And maybe that's a thing that's more important than networking for you right now. Taking time for yourself. Who knows? There you go. So my last card that I'm going to draw here is for Lewis. Also, thank you, Juliet, for the for the good luck for the meeting. Let's hope it goes well. It could be something really cool. See what happens. Okay, so Lewis is asking about big life changes. Everybody's got them. It's that kind of a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, last card of the day is the 4 of Cups. More cups. Cups forever. So let's bring that up, because that's not a card I know off the top of my head. I mean, I don't really know the full descriptions of any of them off the top of my head, but okay. So this card sees a kitty under a tree. Oh, wait, actually, I do know this one. I do know this description. So the kitty is under the tree. This card is about apathy and disconnectedness, a lack of being fulfilled, even though everything you need is around you. So you see this kitty has got all these cups sitting here, but he's looking, I don't know if you can see his expression, but he looks bored and sad and all of those kinds of things. But he has everything he needs within reach if he would just reach out and get it. So yeah, the card says, being so deep in contemplation and thought, you may sometimes ignore the gifts that the world has to give you. The potential joys that are laid at your feet are ignored. And even though your intentions are noble, you run the risk of treating the world with apathy, so that you might not be appreciating the things around you. So if you're talking about big life changes, you know, this could maybe mean you're stuck in a rut and feeling very alone. But these cups are relationships. These might be people in your life that you could reach out to, that are there for you. You just maybe feel like you can't, or that that's not accessible to you. Maybe that you don't deserve it. I know that's a thing I deal with all the time. But it also is a card that says that you can be okay. Things can be better. You just got to reach out. You just got to, it's not saying like, all right, I definitely don't believe in like, just chin up and never feel bad, because that's bullshit. But there are resources available. And yeah. So Lewis, that is your card. Take it, go forth into the world. And I hope that was helpful. So that was very fun. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but if I did, I will do another one, or I will pull up a card and write it in the comments next time, or like after this, when I have more time. But thank you, everybody. I know there's only a couple of you here, but it's always a blast. I'm gonna try streaming some games hopefully soon. And yeah, if you're not in the Discord, you should join the Discord. I'm trying to change it up, make it more fun, make it just, you know, it felt like there were only a couple people who were really participating, and there were a lot of channels, and you know, I'm trying to make it more of a cool hangout spot, because Twitter's a hell. It's just a hell. It's so bad, and I'm really enjoying leaning into Discord. I have some with my friends and some from other people's Patreons, and I really love them. So yeah, check it out, contribute. And other than that, thank you for being patrons. I love you. You keep me in a house, so it's great. And yes, have a wonderful day. Goodbye for now. Let's see if I can do this and actually stop it. Okay, I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to do a dramatic ending. Oh, God. They don't make this easy, do they? Okay.